So they can call ahead of time, say, I'm coming in this date. I would try to reserve XYZ.
Yes.
Whatever.
Exactly.
We today are here at the Albert and Bessie Kronkosky State Natural Area.
As you can see behind me, we're constructing right now.
It's being designed from the ground up with access in mind. So what does that mean? How can we build this park so that it is the very best destination that they could go to? And that's really special because there's not a lot of places like that. The most important part, which is making sure the disability community is involved in the conversations about the park.
Today, we were able to go look at the initial accessible campsites that are getting built. We also went up to the pad where they're going to have the mini cabin that's fully accessible. What a great spot. It's fantastic that people don't have to call a park and ask 15 questions about campsites or getting in or getting to the water or the bathrooms or the cabins. Knowing all that ahead of time takes away all the pain and suffering that we normally have to go through.
When we talk about breaking down barriers, sometimes that does look like physical access. Sometimes that does look like putting in a mile of an accessible trail or putting in accessible campsites, but it can also look like when we went fishing with Austin Parks and Recreation with their recreational therapy program. Yeah, your worm's still there. Looking good.
Worm?
Worm? One of the participants came up to me with a Parks and Wildlife freshwater fishes card and was just pointing out all the different kinds of sunfish that he might catch. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. You know, I love that. I'm so excited for you. Like, which one do you think we're gonna catch? And he was so pumped to talk to me about the fish that he's gonna catch. And I asked him, have you ever caught a fish? He said, no.
Woo! Good job!
To actually see it happen was really special.
Bring it forward and we're gonna let it go. 1, 2, 3, go.
This program gave these guys the opportunity to try it out and see if they liked it, catch a fish, be with their friends, be with their peers, and that's really special. That's really important. I don't want people to ever feel like they don't have the opportunity to do something or they can't do something because of barriers that are in place. I was really fortunate and had parents that really cared about being outdoors. From hiking, camping, we took a road trip every summer and went all over the country and went to national parks and just spent a lot of time outdoors. I also had a childhood disability. It does not impact my daily life now, but as I was growing and my body was changing, I was not able to walk without a full leg brace from the time I was 8 until about 11, and I did not get to experience a lot of the things that other kids got to experience. But where I wasn't left out was being outside. So, I mean, it did not stop my parents from throwing me on the boat.
Somebody in a chair, like what we looked at today, should be able to track out here.
So you get out here, what do you need to be able to camp out there?
You know, I'd bring a tent. I mean, it would probably be bare minimum, especially if we were gonna do it like in our chairs, our everyday chairs.
We're not talking about paving this entire property. That's not why people want to go to a park or to a state natural area. We're talking about providing access to amenities, so to camping, to cabins, to hiking trails, so more accessible trails. So we're talking about providing adaptive equipment. These lands, these amenities, these resources belong to all of us, and we should all be able to enjoy them.